Hey everyone, Fatty from Pack-a-Punch Traders here. Gonna go over my trade on the day. Overall market, another day with some crazy movers. Not as much, but we'll go over them as well as the top plays for tomorrow, February 3rd. So BZFD today was my play and ended up being a nasty little loss, much bigger than I expected. So what happened was, as we saw, it was right out of the watch list. If we go on the daily chart, we got the huge run up. Been waiting for the slowdown on the backside for a potential reversal. And we got a little fake out today, and it was very annoying. So we got everything we look for. Slight little gap, looking bullish, held two, or the low twos rather, and held the VWAP, gave a little perk, consolidated for a little bit. So I was really excited about this play. It was setting up nicely for a high daybreak, looking for a move to test the high twos. And that just did not shape up. So I had 1,500 shares at 236 or 237. And the reason I went in a little big at first was this is a bread and butter setup. It was looking really good. And I thought, okay, worst case scenario, I am taking on a little bit more size on the risk if this does fail. But I'm looking to take a 9-10 cent loss. So at most, maybe I take a little slippage. We're losing about 160. Okay, maybe slightly more than that. But then what happens was we got this huge rip. Then I thought, okay, we're gonna get the pullback. We get the confirmation of the 240s. Let's see how it holds up. Didn't hold up that well. We got this perk below VWAP, and at that moment, I'm like, okay, let's wait for it to get to our stop loss. It's clearly not going in our favor, but let's just be patient and see if it maybe holds up, holds 230 and comes back. I just want to stick to my stop and trade it more like a robot, not much emotion. Just this is my exit. If it gets there, I'm out. If it shows me this, I'm out, and then looking for the breakdown of key levels. So once it breaks down, in my eyes, the VWAP area as well as the high twos here where there's a little bit of support in the morning. In my eyes, the chart is broken and the momentum is not likely not in the long's favors. And that's exactly what happened. I ended up getting my execution out at 222, 221 near the bottom. So nearly 7 cents, 6, 7 cents from where my stop was, and that was annoying. Made my loss a bit bigger than it needed to be. Already was tackling on a bit more size, and ended up taking about 225 loss. It is what it is, but you know, a little disappointed. This was looking really good, and then it just got stuffed, and that happens. It's part of the multi-day bounce. They're not all gonna work perfectly. Sometimes you get some fake outs until a nice solid squeeze sets up, and maybe this is just that. Maybe tomorrow it sets up again and we get a nice multi-day bounce. But this was the loss on the day for me, so I decided at that point to not really look at much. I had phase on watch, and that didn't shape up either. But I didn't trade this as I was just a little annoyed with the morning and didn't want to make my day worse. But here we have a breakout over 109, 110 with some decent volume, lower market cap, not super big, not a huge float. Was looking pretty good, but ends up getting stuffed just under 130. So choppy move. You can see how exhausting this was. Very choppy, back and forth. Was making higher lows, but volume wasn't really supporting it that well, and it just ended up failing. So was looking good for a little bit here, but when I really read the volume and it never had a follow through, it was just a dud. Each new high here was just getting stuffed. Not good price action. Much, it's topping. When we have a solid push already from 85 cents to the low ones. That's already a pretty good move. So the fact that it was pretty choppy and volume was fading, as you can see here, down here, the way it was around the 120s here, not encouraging. Showing some solid indecision, and that doesn't mean it has to be a long-term top, but in the moment, maybe step away, just be patient. So there was phase, but there was also what do you call it? One second. It's coming to me. Nope, I don't remember. Lucy was one of them. There's these two plays that just moved with no news, just chaotic spikes. Lucy here is one of them. Just ripping, going from the mid ones to 5-ish. Had a nice breakout here. So this one, not too bad of a setup. I never saw it. I was really focused with my multi-day bounce. And as you can see here, you get a nice little perk. Continues to hold up, holds open price, holds a VWAP. And that leads to the breakout in the low twos. And that leads to this whole incredible rip. So not a huge angle really, because after the breakout it gets choppy and it's just range bound and not much to do with it. Same thing with Jesus Christ, can't remember it. Vino, that's the one. Another crazy mover, but also at the same time not a whole ton of opportunity in my eyes. You get this midday huge rip, no news, low float, low market cap. You got a break in the 140s as well as the high ones here, but never truly offers an opportunity. Just takes off, halts a couple times, and then gets a little choppy. And at this point, the way I would be seeing it, no news, and it's up a lot on the day. With a lot of the money today seem to be going into bigger names. Um, a lot of the small cap plays were kind of choppy. There were some savage moves, like as we see here, but what do you call it? Like Meta was up a bit, good amount. NVDA has been going up recently. Carvana is another one that's been on the move. So money's kind of elsewhere at the moment. So I'm putting that into mind as well. I wouldn't have had an angle for this. So now I always opt to play it safe. So yeah, that was kind of the day. So let's just get into tomorrow's top plays. We got Lucy. This one, setting up for a multi-day bounce style play. It gave up all of its gains pretty much. So I'm seeing a lot of sellers in control, all the way from the threes, 3.5, 4, even in the mid fours. And now they're up 50% or so. Now we should, if it fails to push lower, it can offer a solid bounce opportunity, I think. Already way off the highs. Shorts are up decently. We're coming back to a breakout level. That might bring some dip buyers back in. Excuse me. Excuse me. So we got some key levels below. Getting back to whole dollar, half dollar area. Way off the highs. I think it has an opportunity to come back for that high day break. Really squeeze shorts if it fails to push lower. So that is, and all these plays here are going to be multi-day bounces. The past week or two, we have had insane action in the market, and now after things just fade, we get the backside. Shorts are up. We're going to be looking for shorts locking in profits and dip buyers coming back to some of these plays. Here, BGXX, insane mover from about 50 cents all the way to just under 2 in the 180s, 190 region. And now we're coming back. Solid red day, decently off the highs, holding a key level psychologically, 1 so far, whole dollar, half dollar area. So this could be a great candidate for a possible multi-day bounce setup. Has everything we usually look for, up at least 150% on the front side. We got the red day, decently off the highs. And now we just look for intraday, how it sets up. And that's going to be any bullish indicators coming back for higher day, failing to push down to new lows. Maybe if it has some selling, it's really light selling, and it starts perking back, looking for that higher day break after some consolidation is a good trigger. I know today ended up being a dud, but I will take that trade every single time. BZFD and the loss. It's okay. It was just annoying for me because my stop got pushed down, or my execution rather, from my stop. And I sized up a bit, so it happens. But yeah, BGXX, keep on watch for a multi-day bounce. Same with EBET. This one was a trade from yesterday. Now decently off the highs from 75 cent area to 2.5, and now below 1. So it's retreated pretty much all of its gains, and now looking for the multi-day bounce. Let's see where we might have. Oh wait, did this one have bad news? Let me take a look here. Ah, shoot, I totally missed that. All right, I'm gonna have to tweet that out. So I'm probably gonna stay away from this. That's a good thing. I looked at this. Now I was just looking at the daily chart before. I didn't look at the news. I just saw a solid sell-off. Not bad, but that was a very aggressive push lower from the mid ones all the way down to the 90 cent area pre-market. It just looks very bad. Some news had to have caused that, and it's gonna be the offering. What's the price? They have it at 102. It's right back to that area. As of now, honestly, I'm probably gonna put this as a just watch and learn kind of play. I think there are other better opportunities out there. Um, but yeah, now just really giving that attention. That was dumb of me. Alrighty. GMVD. Another multi-day bounce. Huge pullback here. Didn't quite get to 150% on the front side, but just under. So there is sellers in this. There's definitely going to be shorts. I think this could offer a nice bounce. Super low float play. So we're really just waiting on the demand to come back. Pushed lower today. Not much lower than yesterday's low on barely any volume. So good indicator for what could possibly come from this. A nice reversal. HSCS, this is a nice one as well. Incredible move. Just this is what we've been getting the past couple weeks. Just monster plays, and now looking for the reversals after the backside. Solid top in the mid twos. Not really thinking it's gonna get back all the way there, but you know, let's see what's 30% from the close. We got 142 times 0.3. Go round up, that's 43 cents. So we got 185 is where it should get to according to data, which is where we have resistance here. We went over this yesterday. Had some decent support areas around the 180 region. Double bottomed here on the day it spiked. Day 2 held the 180s. Day 3 still held the 180s, and we got the crack today. So I think that could be a pretty strong area of resistance. So looking for this to set up, getting it in the 140s, 150s. Hey, maybe even it gaps down some more. But look, keeping an eye on it for that high day break. Somewhere in the low to mid ones. Looking for that test of the high ones, maybe 2-ish area. And then lastly, SBeT. Let's see if this one had an offering. Nope. And yeah, the offering typically kills the multi-day bounce. That's why EBET, I just took it off. Bad news really just kills the momentum to the play, and dip buyers might not want to come back when they see that garbage news, and that is usually, in my eyes, what props up the play. You get some dip buyers coming back, and that's what kind of changes the momentum and leads shorts to really start locking in profits, and that leads to a whole other move, and that brings in some buyers as well. So the bad news really kills it. So and good thing SBeT doesn't have that. Solid push, 40 cents to 110 ish, and now back down to 60 cents. Has some decent range that we could work with for the multi-day bounce. Just looking for that high day break after failure to break down and push to new lows. So we'll catch you all later. Hope everyone had a great day. Let's finish the week.